The season of saying those three magical words is finally here. And we all know what those three magical words are. They are, I love you. Before moving forward, let me share something personal that happened with me. You know, recently I was thinking, what do we really mean when we say, I love you to the other person? Do we really mean love? And what is the actual understanding of love? What does love really mean? And something magical happened with me. You know, this morning while I was attending the Mangala Aarti at my near temple, so after reciting the 8 verses of Shikshashtakam, when we all were going through the meaning of the 4th verse, something magical happened. Well, before telling you the meaning of that verse, let me tell you what that verse is. The 4th verse of Shikshashtakam is Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagdish kamye mam janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti rahetu ki tvai. The meaning of this verse is Na dhanam, na janam. I do not want dhan, I don't want any wealth. Na janam, neither do I want any birth. Na sundarim, and I also do not desire for a beautiful or a handsome spouse. Kavitam va jagadish kami, I don't want any followers. Mam janmani janmanishware bhavatad bhakti rahetu ki tvai. Oh my dear Krishna, birth after birth, may I get your ahetuki bhakti, may I get your devotional service, that is my only desire. And you know, the moment this meaning was recited, it all of a sudden clicked that this is what real love means. Love means there must be no conditions, it must be selfless, it must be conditionless. That my dear Lord, I just want to serve you, I just want to love you, that's it. So this is what real love means. Real love does not have any strings attached, and it is so different than what we normally see in our day-to-day life. Normally people come into a relationship, and by relationship I'm talking about each and every relationship, be it of friends, be it of husband-wife, or any other relationship for that matter. People come into relationship for the sake of giving and taking. What do you bring to the table? What are you going to contribute? Are you going to compliment my reputation? Are you going to look good while you stand beside me? So we have all these factors. But where is love? Love does not see anything. Love is very selfless. It is unconditional. And that love could only be between the Supreme Lord and the Jivatma. That is the real love. You know, Srila Prabhupada used to say that the closest that we have to that transcendental love in this material world is the relationship between a mother and her child. That is the closest to that supreme love in the transcendental realm. Although even that is in a lesser degree of what real love is. So although for this entire week of February we celebrated as Valentine's week, but then we need to ask ourselves, who are we really seeing as our Valentine? Is it only the mere mortal who is only coming to me for the sake of getting something out of this relationship? Or is it with that person who is coming to me with no ulterior motive, but whose only goal is to provide me with protection, care and nourishment? Now we need to ask ourselves, do we really have such relationships in our surroundings? Well, most of us would say no. It is quite obvious. Because let's be honest, we are living in such a world in which from our childhood we have been inherently taught to take and take. We have not been given the training to give to others. Now let me ask you, what will happen if you start giving back to others? When you want to take, people might pose a problem. But when you want to give to others, who can stop you? There could be no one. And the best way to offer your love, your care and your affection is to offer it to someone who really values it. And there is no other person except for the one who has created all of us with so much of love, that Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, who in the Bhagavad Gita beautifully says that he is so eager to have us back in his association. More than us, Krishna is so desperate to have us back with him. So it is the right time for all of us to realize that this is not only about 1 or 2 days that we are celebrating this Valentine's Day. No, it's about lifetimes after lifetimes. It's about that I do not want, oh my dear Lord, I don't want any wealth, I don't want a beautiful spouse, I do not want any followers. The only thing that I am so desperate about is to get your unalloyed devotional service. Now most of us would say, why service? If you want to love Krishna, just love him like that. Why do you want to serve him? In this regard, I received a beautiful answer from His Grace Vichitra Krishna Prabhuji. I was fortunate enough to ask him this very question many years back, that Prabhuji, if we want to love Krishna, then why do we need to serve him? And the answer that he so beautifully gave was, when you love someone, you want to serve them. It is an innate quality that if I am loving my mother, I would love to serve her as well. I would not be able to see her in distress. I would not be able to see her in any sort of trouble. I would always present myself before her and I'd say, my dear mother, whatever you want, please kindly tell me. I'm always here to serve you. This is what the real symptom of love looks like. And this sort of love could only be established when there are 2 parrots on the same branch, out of which one parrot is us, Jivatma, and the other parrot is Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, that Supreme Lord who is willing to take even 100 steps with us only taking 1 step at a time. You know, Srila Prabhupada said that every day is a new year. So let's not waste even this Valentine's Day. Let us try to remind ourselves and ask ourselves this innate question, who is my real Valentine? Because our real Valentine would be that person who would be the dearmost to us and who would occupy our entire heart. So let's be mindful of who we really want to give our heart to. So why not give our most precious heart to that wonderful personality who would take care of it with utmost care and affection, and that is the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So I hope that these days we won't really go out searching for that one special person out in this material world. Rather, let us look inside and hold the hands of that Supreme Lord who is always so eager to have us back. Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam, Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.